Hello everyone and welcome back to Spookier Celluloid. Now I'm just gonna pretend like I didn't disappear for the past month on this channel and talk about a movie. Probably the horror movie with the most generic sounding title ever. Am I balding? Sheesh. Oh, I knew 30 was coming fast. Terror. Terror. Yes. And what the worst thing about this movie is due to the very generic title, I feel like a lot of people ignored this one, even though it was put out by Vinegar Syndrome. So I feel like the only people who bought this were hardcore Vinegar Syndrome collectors and subscribers of the Vinegar Syndrome, monthly thingy. So I feel like this is quite sad for this movie because honestly it deserves to be seen. Is this a perfect hidden gem? No, not really, but it is an interesting, kind of underseen British giallo homage. It is from 1978. It is directed by Norman J. Warren, and as I said, it's a British horror film. Now, I feel like a lot of British exploitation films are often ignored because they're overshadowed by their European counterparts, such as Italian horror films from this era, Spanish horror films, German horror films. Not really France, because France was basically just doing non-horror stuff. I can only really think of Jean Rollin, but Britain had a lot of interesting horror films during the mid to late 70s. One of my favorite directors from there, Pete Walker, made a lot of movies, and a lot of them are really good. So is this one. This one's really cool. It's, as I said, it is heavily inspired by the Italian giallo films that were coming out at this time, and the film starts kind of paying homage to gothic horror films. Well, more specifically, the Italian kind. You get this witch being hunted by a group of villagers, and she accidentally... Ooh, sorry about the sniveling, people. It's cold outside. Yes, so the witch is running away from the villagers, and she steps into a bear trap. And right away, the scene establishes that even though this is British, it's gonna get quite bloody. Because, yeah, I was quite surprised, and I don't know why, because Pete Walker's films can also be not super gory. Like, this is not August Underground, but for a 70s British film, more often than not, Pete Walker's movies and this are way more brutal than what I expected. There is a lot of gore. It is the very neon red looking blood, which I absolutely adore. Personally, I don't care if the blood is not realistic. I'm watching a movie, and my favorite type of fake blood is, in fact, the neon red paint looking blood. I've used that type of blood previously in some of my short films, just because I adore the style. I find it very cinematic, and that's why I love movies. I don't watch, I like realistic movies, but when I'm watching these kind of giallo or, 70s, a bit supernatural, a bit unrealistic films, I really like the neon paint colored blood. It just gives this vibe that I like. I don't know. It's a vibe, man. Anyways, they put that girl, who apparently is a witch, on to get killed, and then a very kind of influential and rich family gets excited, so they go to see her be put to death, but she doesn't die. She is a witch, as I've mentioned, so therefore she has these magical powers, and she swears to take revenge on the rich family and their heirs in future generations, because why not take revenge right now when you can hopefully take revenge later on in 3 generations, because they mentioned that this was 300 years ago, so why take revenge now when you can wait and hope that these people have kids, and hope that these people's kids have more kids, and then they have more kids, and then they have more kids. You really don't want anybody who can't come out of this. And then we see the witch decapitate the lady that she just cursed. And I just remembered how I didn't see in this movie if the woman who got cursed and who got her head chopped off, if she had any kid. Because if she didn't, it's awkward because you can't take her of anyways. And then you see the end. So this is actually a movie in the movie, which is always something that I enjoy in films, especially these sort of murder mystery giallo-esque. It kind of reminded me of Nightmare, the Australian slasher that I've covered, well, the Australian giallo that I've covered in October, and also a Pete Walker film that I really like, The Blood and Something Show. What the fuck is that movie called? The Blood and Flesh Show. Oh my god, forgot that. And then we cut to reality. Snap to reality. Anyways, and they're having a party where they just screen the movie, and one of the guy is like, "Oh, this is rubbish." He's just tired of seeing the movie. I think he mentions he's seen it 15 times, so I assume he's the editor. And the ladies there's two ladies, a blonde one and a brunette, and the blonde one is really into this. Anyway, they have a party, you meet a bunch of characters, you meet your future potential red herrings, and then the blonde girl, one of the guy who was complaining, says he can do magic, he can hypnotize people, so he shows that. And then when he hypnotizes the brunette, it goes to shit. She seems to be like possessed by the devil, possessed by the ghost of the lady who cursed that other lady in the movie, but we find out that it's not. The movie is based on the director's and producer's life, so that's his family. I should have mentioned that. Again, this is Spookier Celluloid. Don't expect quality. I'm just rambling on. Anyways, Blondie gets brutally murdered. Things get weird, and then we follow, the film crew, the director, the brunette who is his cousin, and their adventure into the world of filmmaking. The brunette lives with a bunch of other women who want to be actresses. It's kind of like this actress motel / brothel, kind of, sort of. But not really, because they're not prostitutes, but it just has that vibe of a brothel or a sorority, I guess would be more appropriate. But these ladies work in a club, and then as the movie go on, people surrounding the brunette just start getting murdered one by one in very unnatural, supernatural kind of ways. One of them as a light on a set fall on him, and then my favorite is this super creative part where a guy who I think is like an assistant to the producer director is closing up the set, and then the set gets possessed. He gets attacked by like film rolls. The colors are beautiful. You can really see like the Dario Argento / Mario Bava influence present in this film, and especially in that kill, because the entire set goes to shit and the colors are beautiful, and yeah, the guy gets basically killed by film, which is always an interesting kind of analogy, I guess. And the kills are pretty graphic for this being like this very low budget British film. You get a lot of close-ups of people getting stabbed, people getting choked, as I said, supernatural, and it's quite ambitious. There's a scene where the lady's car gets possessed, so it just starts flying, there's broken glass. Overall, I really enjoyed this. I feel like I'm gonna enjoy it more on a rewatch, now that I know kind of what to expect, because the way this was described was a giallo homage, but it's more in line with a supernatural giallo than just a straight up giallo. Like, this isn't Tenebrae, it's more like a kind of deep red, where you're not too sure if, or a Bay of Blood that I watched recently, where you're like, is the killer a human, or is the killer supernatural? Yeah, so overall, I'd say I recommend this one. If you can pick it up cheap during a sale, that's what I did. I don't regret buying it, but yeah, I feel like this is one that's kind of been missed out on. because again, it's just called Terror, and there's no real details. Like Norman J. Warren isn't a household name. It does tell me something. I might have seen this man's movies before. The name is familiar. Maybe it's just because Vinegar Syndrome probably put out more of his film. Oh yeah, Satan's Slave. So he directed Bloody New Year, which I thought I'd seen, but that's another movie. Satan's Slave. Yeah, because in the film studio there were posters behind the characters. One of them was Satan's Slave and Thriller, A Cruel Picture. Satan's Slave was alright. It's not as good as this. This is a much better film. But yeah, Vinegar Syndrome put a lot of his movies out because he also made Prey, which I'm interested in seeing. I should probably buy the Blu-ray next sell, and he made Inseminoid, which I was always curious about. I've read about Inseminoid. Of course, I've seen Satan's Slave. Yeah, Norman J. Warren, interesting filmmaker. I'm gonna try to catch more of his movies. Anyways, see you guys next time.